The last word.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, my concern is the pattern, the sustained attack on liberty we've seen from the left over the last couple of years. I mean, parents who want to speak up at school board meetings, nope, can't do that. Justice Department's going to treat you as a domestic terrorist, direct violation of their First Amendment liberties. How do we know this? Because we've had FBI whistleblowers come to Republicans on this committee and tell us over 24 cases where moms and dads have been investigated. Department of Homeland Security stood up a disinformation governance board. Holy cow, talk about Orwelling, talk about a restriction on your First Amendment free speech rights. During COVID, government told us you can't go to church, can't go to work, can't go to school. And of course, while all us regular folks were following the mandates, the elite, the people making the mandates, they could go to the hair salon, they could go to the five-star restaurants, they could visit with their family while we weren't allowed to. Maybe the best was what happened in, I remember in Pennsylvania, the government there required you to wear a mask in your own home. In Vermont, the government said you didn't have to wear a mask in your own home because you weren't allowed to have people over, for goodness sake. So the restrictions on liberty are unbelievable. Just a few weeks ago, it wasn't the First Amendment, it was the Fourth Amendment. This committee passed legislation, the red flag law, passed legislation that said if someone doesn't like you, they can report you to a judge, to law enforcement. There's a hearing within 24 hours that you can't be at. Your lawyer can't be present. You haven't been charged with a crime, but they can take away your property. And then you have to go petition that court to get that property back, to get your rights back. That bill passed this committee, passed the full House. And now today it's the Second Amendment. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, today the Second Amendment. That's our concern. And again, the Second Amendment is clear. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's clear. So that's our concern, particularly when, as my colleagues have pointed out, some of the arms you're saying people can't have function exactly like some of the arms that you say we can have, that law-abiding citizens can have. Makes no sense. But the bigger concern in my mind is the sustained pattern of attack on fundamental freedoms. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Second Amendment, that's what concerns us. That's why we'll be offering a number of amendments, trying to at least clear up some of this. But in the end, this legislation is bad, and I hope it does not pass. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentleman from New York seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, I move the strike.
The gentleman is recognized.